Good morning and welcome to the DFS Army YouTube channel. I am Razzle11 and you can find me on X at Razzle11Grinds. Going to take a look at pitching for today, the 28th of August. It is Wednesday, I believe. We do have an 8-game main slate, a 2-game early slate, a 3-game after. Everything's split up a little weird today, but so because of that, we're just going to take a look at this 8-game main slate. As always, it is a first look at the pitching options. Uh, if you are on FanDuel, I would cut my pool into a half or even a third. Uh, Pricing isn't quite as tight, scoring system being different, etc. Uh, there is some slight weather in a number of places, but I mean, from what I've read, it's nothing that should lead to PPDs. So, but again, we'll have to pay attention as the day goes on. We were bitten a little bit last night by the White Sox weird decision. But let's take a look here. At the top, we get Chris Sale. Now, the Twins aren't a huge strikeout team. Schwellenbach did get them last night a bit. Sale's been even more dominant when on the road this season. Can give up some runs, but he has double-digit strikeouts in 3 out of his last 4 starts. He is a minus 148 favorite. Game total of just 7.5. K prop of 7.5 with juice on the under. Definitely one of the guys we want to get exposure to. Peralta, I will get exposure to him for sure. Hasn't been as strong at home this season, but if I remember correctly, traditionally he's been even better when pitching at home. So um, it's been pretty hot and muggy in the state of Wisconsin. You saw last night the ball jumped in Milwaukee quite a bit. I still like him. K prop is 6.5 with juice extremely on the over. It's minus 180 at 6.5. It's pretty aggressive. He's a minus 166 favorite as well. So uh, definitely going to use Peralta. I don't expect him to be completely clean by any means, but a ton of upside. Musgrove, I'm not sure I'm going to get there, but I might. He's actually thrown the ball really well since his return from the IL, kind of ramping up, coming off of a pretty dominant performance against the Mets. Uh, he is a minus 130 favorite. K prop of 4.5 with juice on the over as well. I think we can slide him in, uh, especially because I don't really know how deep our pool is going to end up being. So I think Musgrove has to be part of that pool. Corbin Burns has not been throwing the ball that well recently, and now he faces a tough Dodgers lineup. I'm probably going to end up having to pass on Burns. It is a spot that to be honest, I wouldn't be shocked if he comes out and puts up a pretty strong performance, but uh, I can live with that. K prop is just 5.5 with juice on the under. The Dodgers are actually slight favorites, even with Walker Buehler pitching. So I'm just going to pass on Burns at this point. Eduardo Rodriguez, coming off of his best start of the season, it was against Miami. His last 2 starts against Miami and Colorado. Uh, the Mets are a much more difficult opponent. I don't think I'm going to get to Rodriguez either. He is a minus 130 favorite, but I'm just not sure I'm going to get there. K prop of 4.5 with juice pretty strongly on the over. So the K prop's decent, but is it a spot that we're going to go to? If he makes my pool, it's probably going to be a last man in. But right now, I am leaning towards a no there. Uh, Same with Harrison, not looking to go there. He's been much worse on the road. Uh, a lot more home runs when pitching on the road. K numbers aren't as strong either. Uh, I'm just going to pass against the Brewers. Not that I think the Brewers' offense is spectacular by any means. His K prop's just 4.5. And like I mentioned, he is an underdog in that one. So I don't think we need to go to Harrison at all. Struggle going to Bassett or Bayo as well. Bassett's been giving up some runs. He's been pretty solid in his two starts against the Red Sox. Strikeouts haven't been there, but he has been best on the road. Uh, but it's really tough to want to take a pitcher in this game. 9.5 total. Red Sox are minus 155 favorites. Bassett's K prop 5.5. Bayo's is 4.5. Um, Bassett's is a little higher than I would have thought, but again, I just not overly excited. Jaron Duran has been on fire at the top of the Boston lineup. We just may end up with a smaller pitcher pool than we normally like. And to be honest, that's fine. Um, I just don't really want to force guys in that I just don't have a ton of faith in at this point. Um, Plante against San Diego, a no thanks. Severino against Arizona, probably going to be a no. His K numbers have been up a little bit recently, so that's intriguing. But Arizona did knock him around. He did beat them, but it was not a great game overall for him. Jack Leiter, I'm gonna have to dig in to see what his numbers were in the minors. Um, he's been atrocious at the major league level. The hype was there, and he just fell flat on his face. We have seen multiple guys this year come up for a while, struggle, go down, and then come back up and be a lot stronger. So maybe Leiter getting the White Sox might be an interesting option. I'm not excited unless there's something I dig into and I find something that really stands out that makes him feel like a stronger play. David Festa, he has K upside. There are some strikeouts to be had in the Atlanta lineup, but there's also some home runs to be allowed. Um, he did give up 3 in his second start at the major league level, so there is some worry. With that said, I am interested a little bit in Festa because he does have some upside. K prop of 5.5, juices on the under. Um, Sale and the Braves are just minus 148 favorites, so uh, it's intriguing enough that I think I might sprinkle him in. Max Meyer has some big time stuff. Strikeouts haven't been there in his return from Tommy John. Home runs have been an issue. Home runs in this ballpark can be an issue. So I don't. I think I'm going to use him just because I'm going to keep riding the pitchers against Colorado part. But I haven't been using the Miami pitchers in this series, so uh, maybe we pass on him. I'm gonna have to dig into more of this matchup just because, like, it could be a spot that Kyle Freeland comes out and is solid. He's actually been solid when pitching at home. Uh, just 3 home runs allowed in 37 innings is pretty nice. Not a K guy. That's a big issue. He is a minus 130 favorite. Both guys in this game have K props of 4.5. Uh, Not interested in flexing either at the bottom. So there we have it. There's kind of a first look. Not a great pitcher pool overall. So some decisions will have to be made. But if you enjoy what I bring to you, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn the notification bell on, get the alert anytime we drop videos here at TFS Army. If you want to join us, get access to our coaches, tools, sheets, Discord, etc. I will put links in the description below. You can use promo code RAZ, that's RAZ, for 10% off monthly. And as always, best of luck, everybody.